Hello, DRIP world. My name is Potter. I'm going to be the host of the Build Show today. And what we're doing is, I don't know if it'll be a normal thing, but we're going to name an MVP of DRIP this week. Let's get to it. So hello, folks. If this is your first time joining the show, which I'm really happy with regards to metrics, because if you always hear people, they always say, if you listen to YouTube, the people doing the videos, content creators say, most of you don't but you don't subscribe. Well, we don't want you to like. Well, we wouldn't mind a like, but you don't have to subscribe. We don't ask you to like the videos. Just use this as a haven where you can find out good stuff. My background is I've been early retired because of DRIP. It's been a rough ride. I had to have some breaks go my way, but those breaks didn't always start or end the way I wanted them to. But I haven't gone back to work. I was a cybersecurity professional when I left. I was working at Ernst & Young. Before that, Accenture. I worked at AOL Time Warner as well. And I believed in what I was seeing. And so brought a professional lens to they weren't mine specifically, they were the clients, but billion-dollar companies to perform rather intense reviews of highly sophisticated infrastructures from the state of California all the way over to China. So what I hope to bring is a unique angle to this, but at the same time, we want to make sure that you don't feel like we're giving you any financial advice, because I gave you a lot of background on cybersecurity and technology. I even worked as a web developer for several years for AOL Time Warner. And so my perspective is, I think it's kind of unique in this space, because you have some people who will say, I have done some programming, but even if you've done programming at an international level for companies where your mistakes will be on the news, it's a little bit different. So welcome. But to the 66% of the people who keep coming back, thank you so much. Me and Matt, we're humbled by that. We know that we're not trying to build any following. We're just trying to do the right thing for the DRIP community. And, leading into that, I lost my faith last week. That was one of the most videos that I can recall. And even then, when I was feeling super negative about it, I still couldn't find a way to be overly negative, because what else is there other than a FOREX shark ecosystem and DeFi? Got a message. Hey, Mitchell. Welcome. Mitchell is one of the most loyal people that we have on the show. Mitchell, if you send me an email, I'll send you 10 DRIP. So DRIP MVP of the week. I kind of gave the spoiler if you watched the whole show yesterday, but the MVP of the week is definitely Driptopian. I wish I had the sound working, because he really has been a leader for a very long time. I got in a year before him, but since he got in, he's brought a certain kind of energy to the stream. Not the stream. Hey, Cole, how's it going? Cole is numero deuce. Hey guys, I got a great idea for an app that just burns DRIP. I think I might try to make it one of the first dApps, because as a developer, I'm not going to shill anything. I don't have anything to sell. I'm really just here giving an assessment of what we see and what we're working with. But again, not financial advice. I saw a YouTube content creator do something, and I said, "You're never going to remember what you said," and I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about Driptopian. So he's a person who, since he's come in, he's made everybody feel welcome. He's a guy he's a bloke who just, he doesn't care. He just wants to make money. And he's a businessman, and he's trying to do some unique stuff too. But what made him the MVP this week? His reaction to the DRIP UI and Triple D UI. Just hats off to him for making a bunch of us go, okay, we're not stupid. So last week when I was at my low, I started thinking, I appreciate how smart I am and, the stuff, my experience, blah, blah, blah. But so what? Smart people do stupid stuff all the time. And it happened once when FOREX rolled out the animal farm, because that took a long time. I started questioning myself. But then I was like, where else are you going to go to? Bank teller? Who are you going to go to? Like, look at people like Stena Breezy, and then that's where Driptopian comes in, because Driptopian added another layer for over a year now of, okay, all right, if Driptopian is cool, we're going to be okay. And so to see his face on that, just helped me get off the lows of last Friday, because I started going, maybe I am an idiot. Maybe I am ignorant. Maybe all the knowledge that I garnered, understanding the financial system, understanding the development behind blockchain, understanding the blockchain development by doing it in testing, and following everything I have every day for 2 years, maybe I was just stupid. And seeing Driptopian got that face, like, oh my God, guys, you just, it's better than I even thought it was going to be. Having him give us that nod brought some of the vigor back. I didn't even care. I've always said, you can go back and look, we've always said, Matt and I, don't look at the price. Don't look at the price. And so we don't. We just look at the momentum of the community, and the DRIP community is just unparalleled. You can't touch it, but you still get that, did I do the wrong thing? Am I wasting my time? Am I going to have to go back to work for somebody else? Because I definitely, if you're in DeFi, work every day, but it's at your own schedule with naps. When appropriate, I still volunteer for Meals on Wheels, so I haven't gone completely bonkers, trying to, just help myself. But just seeing his demeanor and knowing that this is going to be okay, because the economics behind DDD are there, but what FOREX put out to their whole community was like, look, guys, it's up to you to go out and build stuff. Like, don't put this on me. I'm a day trader and I'm building an animal farm for something that you guys can't get your minds around. And I felt like, did he abandon us? Does he just not care? Because everybody, poor Ray is just getting knocked on the head about, what about DRIP? And the fact that before even FOREX gave his description of, hey, here's what actually happened, it just felt so good to know that FOREX still remembered us, through that whole thing. He didn't care how he looked. He just cared about the professionalism. He cared about other people's feelings, which was in line with why I kind of quit my job, because of this guy and his architecture and his foresight for what's coming. Because that's what you want to go with. You don't want to go with the people who are in business are telling you, hey, here's what's going on. No, you want to find people who tell you where the puck is going. And so then we get this community. One of the reasons I wasn't afraid as much once Driptopian gave the face of this is good, was because we have Whales Candy, we've got Foodtopia, we've got the DRIP marketing DAO. We've got so many things that are starting to burn DRIP. So you add in the basic economics of blockchain technology, and you understand that we've just got a liquidity problem in DRIP. We don't have people who don't want to be a part of DRIP. Everybody wants to be a part of DRIP. Who knows about it and isn't just a hater, because it's a smart idea. And to know that FOREX was like, hey guys, I'm still there, just I'm not going to do stuff half-assed. And so working in the consultant world, whether it's Accenture or whether it's Ernst & Young, I've got billion-dollar clients, and those billion-dollar clients, they can't make mistakes. They depend on people like us consultants, to go in, assess. And in my field, being technical, that's even harder to find people who can do that and not be like a lot of the bad influencers that you see on here who just look at a price. You got to look beyond that. For example, I used to go in and look at their financials before I'd want to even take a look at the server logs for, their SIM or SIEM. Depends on how you call it. One coast, they call it one thing. But knowing that FOREX was there for us, and then you sit and reflect, all the things that I've been able to do since 2021 are due to FOREX. It's just, wow, that was such a good feeling. And that our community is building stuff to burn DRIP. Even Grinch. Even baby Grinch is developing stuff, to burn DRIP. Sure, it's just an app inside of his app to burn it, but he's a genius. He's going to build stuff too. I told him I was going to help him one time. And then I got into the blockchain code. I was like, hey, kudos to you, because this stuff is hard. But it was just good to see, we are a community. This is good. People find out what DRIP is. Oh my God. I'm 2 years early. Driptopia is 1 year early. This stuff in the corporate world is going to be adopted. And people like Forex Shark are going to be the people at the forefront of it, because he's got years of not falling for FUD, not responding to people who just want to hear, oh, Wind Moon. He said, just like any executive, that I was in many skyscrapers talking in boardrooms to people. He just said, I'm going to maintain professional acumen. I'm not going to fall for that. And he did us right. I am glad that he did listen to Ray a little bit more, because if it weren't for Ray just saying, hey, nudge, nudge, I'm not sure he would have seen it as quickly. But for him to come out on Driptopian stream and say, guys, I'm here for you, that's what I built it for. Why would I do anything else? To know that some of us drippers will now have an opportunity to be like the big boys in Animal Farm. And then when you take a look at Whales Candy implementing several new technologies, that's based on FOREX too. So, bullish, and more bullish. Oh, we got messages. So my dog's gone all in on DRIP. You know what? I made the same move, except I did something stupid. You need to make sure you do the wiki before you pull out your dogs, because I ended up selling like 17 dogs for $30, because I was going, oh, that's going to be taxes. Oops. And Ray gave me the pointer, hey, go over to the DRIP wiki, but it was just money. So I put the rest in the BNB because I didn't want to chance it. But people like Stunna, he gets his assets, right? He just parks them in the pools, and he just gets dogs every day. And I think that's the way we need to look at it, as opposed to the way we were doing it before. Cole says, interesting choice, Mitchell. Dogs are really dragging these days for sure. Are you still holding any of the DRIP Farm LP in the farms? Mitchell says, I totally put off farms, had a crazy moment and withdrew it. I might be crazy, but I think Bitcoin is going to see lower lows. I don't know where you're getting your information on that one, but let me know. Holy seismic shift in strategy, eh? Haha, this is Cole. This is definitely going to be a wild ride. Hopefully we get something interesting in the AMA tonight. He did say the UI is all set to go. So yeah, boy, I got to tell you, all my momentum of yay, I want to see it now. But especially because of Driptopian, he was like, oh, I want to tell you guys. I can't tell you guys, but just knowing, man, take a look at the way Ray, he made a video about Whales Candy yesterday. Take a look at the way he aped in. He's going to totally ape in. He's a competitor. He's going to want to get into DDD. He's always going to want to be the top dog. That's going to burn so much drip, guys. That's going to burn so much drip. And like Scott the investor said, it's like, maybe we'll 10x, who knows? But we're definitely, no, not financial advice. He didn't give financial advice, but it's so easy to see that since our drip price is tied to liquidity, it's just liquidity. And once we start burning it, we'll get back to the norm. Like you can expect at the end of the month to probably see the price go because people are drippers and they got to pay their bills. When Forex releases something new, you're probably going to see the drip price drop. But at least we don't have to deal with the constant, tax and, reservoir. And guys, Forex has a huge plan for the reservoir that we haven't even seen. And we have drip up. It's ridiculous. So once we get rid of our liquidity problem, which DDD will solve probably instantly, but with these other dApps that are burning drip are beginning to solve as well, people are going to be like panicking to get into drip. I believe, again, as every influencer in the drip network says, not financial advice. We got an MVP in here himself. He was MVP last week when we reviewed the market Dow. Coach is here. What up, Drip fam? Agreed here, and the confirmation from Lee gave me a little boost of hopium. 100% the community has picked up the torch at this stage. If there's one person who marches to the beat of community, it's you, Drip Coach. So glad to have you. Cole said, I'm up to about 300 drip LPs in the farms and just letting it roll. Doesn't produce much at this point, but just trusting that it will improve as the underlying assets improve. So because of our good friend Drip Coach, I started participating a lot more in the Drip Garden. And the Drip Garden, I went from like page 90 up to page 30. And so getting into that made a huge difference. So one of the things we want to do is we want to be able to send LPs to our Drip wallet for the show, which we do not ask that you sign up or join, but it's there. We hope to contribute to the marketing DAO a lot more, but I feel that I'm contributing to the marketing DAO solo by just by just participating in the garden, because if my bags get bigger, so does the Drip marketing DAO. And since Forex was saying, hey guys, I'm not doing anything with Drip, with regards to marketing, it's up to the influencers in a marketing DAO that's specifically geared and using a funnel. I heard the way that you guys are approaching it. It's a really smart marketing idea. Not to just say, hey, go here, not to just have banner ads, but to say, we're going to create a relationship. We're going to go through this with you. We want to cultivate a relationship so that you'll buy Drip eventually because you'll trust us. Brilliant stuff. I like working with smart people, okay? Mitchell says, hey, Drip Coach. Coach says, what's up, Mitchell? And Cole. When you're not here, we talk about you all the time, Coach. So, Mitchell says still building his bags, a big rush. And I probably should skip the, everybody saying hi to everybody, but I will put that one up. No worries, Coach. He said, thanks, Potter. Cole says, building the bag has been a fun ride. It's funny how it never seems to be enough. I remember when I had 100 and all I wanted in the world was 500. Now that goal keeps going up. Yeah, I went from I think 300. No, it was less than that. It was like 100 million to 300 million, and now I'm at like 1.3 billion in the plants in the garden. And because Ray showed way back on one of his streams, he was like, guys, what's going on, guys? He said, let me show you how this works. And then he just like, he hadn't been to the farm really at all. And he just put in a big amount, and he was like at the top of the leaderboard. I'm like, what? And part of me knew that, but seeing it happen, and let me tell you, the amount that I was getting daily, just hydrate versus putting a fiver in, it's crazy when you go up how much you get back. So the more the marketing Dow gets those referrals and pushes it up, the more Driptopian gets Foodtopia going, and people are buying that. We're working it as a community, and we can also take pride in helping to boost the bottom of DRIP right now. My phone agrees. 8,000 now, getting there slowly. I don't know what you mean. Drip Coach says, that is absolute best way. Just invest in the garden on your own versus donations. This is the best way to forward all parties. Yeah, that's fair. And then Cole says, so awesome, Mitchell, congrats. So, we got kind of a interesting day or night coming up. I hope that he does introduce, but at the same time, for those who don't want to get in, I'm happy to, keep buying DRIP myself with other DApp money and just keep going in, selling my DRIP, burning my DRIP, putting that DRIP into the BUSD pair, and then going right back into the faucet. Because newsflash, when you get over 16,000, you have a different life when it comes to DRIP. At the prices you are, they help me, with DRIP candy. Some days you can skip, but it's helping me get back into the old plays that I abandoned that are starting to come back to life because I've got DRIP capital, to invest in the blockchain world. So I really do. Oh, let's go, Cole. Once DRIP starts actually paying us a bunch of that new money is going, and it's not even new money, it's new assets. It's going straight into the garden. 100%. And, when you're talking about Bitcoin, like, why wouldn't I get a Bitcoin pool and put it in the animal farm if I'm that person, right? But again, we do not ask that you like, subscribe, or follow. Wouldn't mind a comment. Treat us as your little hidden place that you can just come and find all of these nuggets, because I guarantee that if there's something that I can do that I think is unique to the other influencers that I see in DRIP, it's the fact that I was in the big board meetings. I was on Wall Street. I was traveling internationally to see these highly complex business systems, and I worked for some giants in industry. And so having that outlook and applying it to these technologies, I think I can give a good insight. So, you can just come by. You don't have to subscribe. But to the 66% of the people who are watching, I can't thank you enough. And that includes the gentleman in the chat today. You guys have a great weekend. And remember, game on.